The Ohio State Highway Patrol says now is the worst time of year for car versus deer accidents. Alex George went to driving school for a few tips to stay safe during your commute, and she joins us live this morning with that new information. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Dan. Deer mating season typically starts in mid-October, and that lasts through the month of November, meaning added risks on your morning commute as those deers are extremely active. Now, AAA says deer warning signs like the one just behind me do help reduce the number of deer versus car accidents, but I learned in driving school there's a few things that drivers can do to help reduce their risk.
If you hit a deer, it's going to do a lot of damage to the car.
Greg is the president of All-Star Driving School in Boardman. He says the first thing he teaches his students about deer on the roads is to be aware.
If you see a deer, definitely slow down. If one's crossing the road, slow way down, because where there's one deer, there's many.
The most active time of day for the animals also happens to be the hardest time for drivers to see.
Most of the time those deer are going to be active in the morning hours or in the evening hours.
Both agreed your best defense is to slow down.
I like to drive closer to the center of the road when there's no oncoming traffic, simply because it gives me a little bit more wiggle room in the event that a deer runs out.
Greg says you should rehearse a situation like this ahead of time so you're prepared for a split-second decision.
Swerving is probably the worst thing you can do.
They teach their students straight line braking.
The deer is more agile. They're going to be jumping back and forth, trying to figure out how to get away from you, and you don't want to turn into them.
Sergeant Brown says if you do hit a deer, call the police immediately.
Get your vehicle off to the side of the road if you can. Put on your hazard lights, and don't try to remove the animal. Just use good common sense.
He says in most cases you won't be cited.
If deer runs out in front of you, I mean, that's out of your control. You're not going to be cited.
Greg also recommends using your high beams when you can. Just make sure you're not blinding other drivers with your bright lights. Now, I do have some more tips listed on our website, WKBN.com, to stay safe on the roads during this deer mating season. For now, live in Boardman, Alex George, First News This Morning.